Hello, everyone. This is Latrell from Frozy Wozy, and I am here to give you an update on what I've been doing. And especially now, I know that I had a lot of subscribers. Well, maybe not a lot, but some people have been subscribed to me since I first started, and that was like 5 years ago. But I'm coming back. I have space and time in my life where I can devote time to things that I like to do. So, this time I've been in college, and I was in college for a good 6.5 years since I graduated high school. I started out at Mercer County Community College, and there I spent 4 years getting my associate's degree in mathematics. And then I went to Rider University, in which I spent 2.5 years and got my bachelor's degree in secondary education in mathematics. So, let me tell you about 12 jobs I had in these just about 7 years, okay? Let's go. So, first, I worked at Bath and Body Works. That was in like November. I was doing the holiday rush, and they kept me after the holidays were over. So, I was there for a good 2.5 years. And then I also did tutoring with the EOF program at Mercer. I did that for a month or 2 months. Then I was out of a job for some reason. Oh yeah, it was around the holiday season when I guess Bath and Body Works was trying to figure out if they wanted to keep me or not. So they didn't call me back yet. And I needed some money, so I signed up with a job that I performed. The first one was putting stickers on earring holders that you would see at Burlington Coat Factory or Ross or Marshall or some store like that. And we was doing that all day, just falling asleep. Mind-numbing job, something that I didn't know that existed, but somebody had to do it. And then another job that I did working with the same agency was a picker and a pick packer, something like that, where you have to go to a warehouse and you're given an invoice of somebody's order, and you're going around and picking the items that are on the invoice, going around the warehouse to find them. And some items were hard to find, some items were high up, and I had to climb on shelves, and it wasn't that safe either. We was out there just wild out there, like climbing trees and stuff. I finished Mercer, and I decided that I wanted to stop school because school was like sucking the life out of me, and I wasn't able to do anything. I wasn't able to enjoy my life. So I wanted to stop school and just find a job and do whatever, and live my life. But everybody was trying to talk me out of it. I was like, no, I'm just do this. My mom, she suggested I be a substitute teacher because you only need 60 credits, and I wasn't really thinking about doing that because I was a really shy person and really reserved, and I didn't think I would be able to handle a classroom. But once I got into it, I realized that I can do this. Students come to school to learn, whether they act like it or not, whether they want to or not. They actually come to school and they're like, okay, what are we doing today? And you got to have something ready for them. So I realized that real quick. I followed the lesson plans, and I grew a backbone, and I was able to handle a class. And I was like, okay, I think I can teach. I think I could be a teacher now. I like math. I think I'm going to be a math teacher. High school was the area, the level that I wanted to teach in. So I went to school for secondary education. At Rider, I started working at Victoria's Secret. I also started working at Subway. I also did a service learning course where it was called MOB, Minding Our Business. We would go into the Trenton middle schools and teach groups of students how to start and run their own businesses. So they would, we as students would facilitate the middle school students in learning, putting together ideas and collaborating and things like that. And when the semester, or when it was like an after school program. So when the program finished, the students, it didn't finish, but when it got towards the end, the students will present their business to the community at a market fair. They would tell their friends, family, and community to come and support their business. And they really loved it. Some of them sold food, some of them sold games where they would have games there for people to play and for money. They also sold toys and school supplies and things like that. So I had a lot of fun. I had a ball. They loved it. The community loved it. And I was also hired as a math coach for the summer program. And the summer program was much more intense, and it was also on an individual level. So the students had to create their own businesses individually, not in a. I worked for a writer, and I called alumni students to donate towards a scholarship, and that was cool, but I didn't really love it. That wasn't my personality at the time. I also did some tutoring on the side on my own, different people that I came in contact with, older people, younger people, family members. They were like, oh, can you help me? You're good at math. Can you help me? I need to pass this class. So I would tutor them for a fee. Before I even finished writer, I got a job to be a math teacher at a charter school. And I started that. Maybe I finished student teaching on a Friday, and I started teaching at the school on a Monday, the next Monday. So that was pretty immediate. I really appreciate the experience that I had at that school. I no longer work there, but I was guided the whole way. I had a lot of observations and a lot of I had a mentor, I had a supervisor who was a mentor for me, and she always provided me with practical suggestions and advice to make my lessons more effective and my classroom procedures and environment a more productive one. And it was a little strenuous and kind of annoying at the time, but that's because it was all new to me, and I was like putting it in my body and doing it. There's a difference between watching and doing, or knowing about it, or learning about it, learning about teaching and actually teaching. So I'm glad that I was able to put myself in that position. I had a lot of stage fright because teaching is acting basically, and I had to get over it. Some of the students told me, you was a little nervous in the beginning, but you opened up and you got used to us, and I did. I really appreciated the cooperation that most of the students had with me, and I will never forget them. I still keep in touch with them and everything. I think that the experience that I had and the structure that I had to implement in my class to cooperate with the school structure will always make me look at the structure of another school in a specific way. Like, why aren't they doing this? They need to do this because that's what works. That's why your kids are acting bad, because you don't have the structure that you're supposed to have, or you don't discipline them. You're not all together on how you discipline your students. So I'm really appreciative of that experience. Also, right now, what I'm doing is a substitute teacher again. So I'm able to see different structures in different schools. And I'm also a math tutor at a local college. And that also gives me a different aspect, a different view on education, because I'm at a college level, and for the most part, I tutor students between pre-algebra and pre-calc, and some of those students are really, really frustrated with their teacher and professor because they just don't understand. A lot of it is given to them in an abstract way, when math does not always have to be abstract, and it's really not abstract. It's it comes from nature. It comes from real life and real scenarios and phenomena. So that's how it should be presented to a class of students who are learning things for the first time, or who are learning things that they never really understood when they learned it the first time. So that helps me to, I guess, carve out a strategy and a plan and an avenue that I would like to take when it comes to teaching, because I know what's effective and I know what works, because I talk to so many different students and I look in on so many different classes, whether the teacher's there or whether she or he is not there. And I'm taking notes the whole time, and I'm going to use it to my benefit and to the benefit of others, you guys, because everybody deserves a good education. So here's my announcement. Woo-hoo! My announcement is that I will be starting a new YouTube channel. It's called A+ Achievements. My focus of this channel is to enhance math skills through lessons and activities, to talk about classroom procedures that I've noticed, classroom procedures that I know that work, that don't work, also effective teaching styles and skills, math history, which is super important, and also real life applications. We all have been to school, so we know what goes on in the classroom. We know that year or that semester when the class was off the hook and we took tests, didn't pass them or didn't do well, and then at the end of the semester or the end of the year you get an A, and you're like, how in the world did I get an A? I didn't learn anything. And then you go to the next grade or to the next level of that class, mainly math, and you're like, I don't remember. I didn't learn anything in my previous class. What it's like to have that teacher that you absolutely loved, that teacher that you absolutely hated. You know, the difference between the one who went above and beyond to plan out fun activities for you to learn something. I went to a class one time and the student was just giving me a tour around the whole class, saying, this is what my teacher does. She is such a fun teacher. She helps you to really understand what she's teaching you, and I really get it. And I was taking notes. I was like, oh, okay, but let me take a picture of this wall. We know the teacher who comes to work, and you can tell that this is just his job or her job. I'm inviting all middle school students, all high school students, all college students, aspiring teachers, and current teachers of any form to stay tuned for the launch of my new channel, A+ Achievements, where there will be a bunch of goodies waiting for you. Also, for my current natural hair subscribers, I will be keeping up with my Frozy Wozy channel, so please stay tuned.